went back in time to kill the evil from the future. The announcer said, "The hunting contest. The winner is." The referee said, "Don't you feel like that hunting dog really crossed the line?" Another player said, "Where the hell did he even get that thing?" Corin Locke. As Ren and Ron looked annoyed at Corin Locke posing like an idiot, a player said, "That's weird. I feel like I've seen that somewhere before." Corin Locke took the golden ribbon and said, "Wah ha 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 ha." And he said to himself, "In the end, I won." Ren said, "Boss, we managed this contest somehow, but..." Ron said, "Do you have a plan for the rest of the contests?" Corin Locke said, "Ooh, of course, I have the perfect plan." Ren said, "Boss, your plans usually slip up in weird places." Corin Locke said, "Don't say such ominous things," as he said to himself, "First golden ribbon get, Harvest Festival Day 2. Charity auction," Corin Locke said to himself. "It's not like they're actually buying and selling people just because it's an auction." The auctioneer said, 13 gold coins. Anyone offering 14? Corin Locke said to himself, "What's being sold is a date pass." Yes, a date pass with third-year night faculty student Luna, sold for 13 gold coins. Corin Locke said to himself, "If you win the date pass at the auction." A boy knelt with one knee and said, "Senior Luna, will you spend the day with me?" Luna said, "Wait, it's Junior June? I didn't expect that from you." Corin Locke said to himself, "That person becomes your exclusive knight for that one day and spends the day with you." It was an event designed to satisfy the romance of chivalry, and it was quite popular. The condition that all proceeds would be donated was also fitting for the Academy's purpose. But how should I put it? As the students said, "Senior Beak is coming out today." Right, I'm definitely winning the bid. I heard a first year named Jane is coming out too. Wow, amazing. If you win the bid, you go on a date with Corin Locke Wallet. Corin Locke said to himself, due to the nature of auctions, when someone's popular, competition heats up, and naturally, a battle breaks out. At the room of Mariette Dunalev, Mariette said, "If you want to bid on that Playboy, you should go out there yourself. Corin told me not to go out though, but I still can't stand other girls snatching Corin away. You bid for me instead. We're friends, right?" Isabel said. "Ugh, fine." Corin Locke said to himself, even though they aren't high-ranked guardians, most students usually earn pocket money of around 4 or 5 gold coins. The money they can spend is at most 10 gold coins. Considering Corin's fame and popularity, the maximum is probably around 50 coins. The auctioneer said, "The final auction is the talk of the town. A hero who saved thousands of people, the outstanding figure of this academy, who is certain to become the next special rank knight. It's Corin Locke." As Corin Locke bowed to the people, the men shouted, "Boo! Harem-managing bastard! Die! D!" As Corin Locke sweated, a girl with red hair said, "Corin came out? Should I bid?" Her friend said, "Harem management, that is a bit much." A girl with green hair said, "It's not like he's playing around. Corin's just nice. I can tell." Their friend said, "True enough. Should we pool our money and bid together?" The auctioneer said, "Let's begin the bidding. Corin, honestly, how much do you expect to be sold for?" Corin Locke said to himself, "The plan I made after hearing I'd be the last one is simple." Corin Locke said, "The person who won the highest bid so far was third-year senior Luna at 13 gold coins. No more, no less. Exactly 14 coins should be fine." Ren said, "I'm ready," as she held her purse. Corin Locke said to himself, "It's expensive, but let's just win the bid myself and end this." "Then let's start the auction." It's none other than our junior Corin's date pass, starting at 3 gold coins. A lady said, 4 coins. Another said, 5 coins. The auctioneer said, "It keeps rising, 6 coins. A girl said 7 coins. Jaeger raised his fist and said, "Huh? And 9 coins? I can't stand seeing that stuck-up jerk eating with girls again." Another said, "Ho hee hee, Corin, you have to eat with us." Lork said, "I won't let you steal the ladies from us anymore." As Jaeger and the boys got excited, suddenly Isabel shouted, 20 coins. The auctioneer said, "Ooh, 20 coins. 20 coins have been bid." As Isabel stood up and raised her hand, Corin Locke said to himself, sweating, "This is Senior Mariette. I've won the battle now, but I've lost the war." Ren said, "Wallet." Drained. "I'll see you on the other side." A girl suddenly said, 21 coins. Corin Locke said to himself, "But really." Lork shouted, 22 coins. Corin Locke said to himself, "Why?" As the crowd became louder, Isabel fixed her eyeglasses and said, 50 gold coins. Corin Locke said to himself, "Why go this far?" "Wait, Senior Isabel, I get it, but isn't this too much? Just quietly go on a date with Mariette." The auctioneer said, 50 gold coins. Doom. Are there no more bids? Suddenly Madre Dunalef said, 1 platinum coin, as the crowd went silent and they looked at the person bidding. Corin Locke said to himself, shocked, 1 platinum coin. So, 100 gold coins. 1 platinum coin is enough money to buy 1 floor of a building. Even if you can't buy a wyvern, you can buy the finest southern horse. Isabel sweated and said to herself, who on earth would burn that much money on one day? As she said, Uncle Marda? Madre Dunalef said, oh, it's been a while, Isabel. As the student said, Duke Marde? Why is that guy here? His friend said, why would such a big shot? Madre Dunalef smirked and said, Uncle, why? Oh, it's obvious, Isabel. Our Marie asked you, didn't she? To go on a date with that playboy. As Corin Locke sweated, Madre Dunalef showed his fangs and said in fury, Corin Locke, unless sand gets in my eyes, I won't see Marie by your side today. Marie is going to spend all day on a date with her father. Wah-ha-ha-ha. Corin Locke sweated and scratched his cheek, saying, excuse me, father? Madre Dunalef said in anger, don't call me father. Corin Locke said, you're being a bit undignified. Madre Dunalef said, undignified? History is written by the victor. Isabel said, 110 coins. No. Madre Dunalef said, ha, Isabel, my daughter gave you a lot of money, but I'm the one who gave her that allowance. He raised his finger and said, 1,000 coins, as the crowd was silent. Madre Dunalef said, hoo, it seems there are no more bidders. Then I'll. Alencia Dunalef suddenly said, honey, what are you doing here? As Madre Dunalef froze in shock. Alencia Dunalef said, you're not trying to interfere with our Marie's date, are you? Madre Dunalef looked back and saw Alencia Dunalef saying, eek, honey. Alencia Dunalef grabbed his collar and said, unbelievable. Alencia Dunalef pulled him away, saying, the kids are waiting, so follow me. Alencia Dunalef cried and said, Huni as his security couldn't protect their master from his wife. Alencia Dunalef looked back at them, saying, oh, right. Alencia Dunalef said in pain, crying, cook, honey. Alencia Dunalef said, son-in-law Corin, let's have a family dinner together soon. Corin Locke said, please take care, mother. Madre Dunalef said, who's your mother? Who's your mother? Ha! Guyok, as the doors closed. Isabel said, 1,001 gold coins. And she said to herself, we ended up paying much more than expected, but with this much left I can barely scrape by. Hang in there, Mariette. The auctioneer said, 1,001 coins. Any more bids? The lady said, I'm out. Another said, who would even bid? Corin Locke said to himself, I got the ribbon, but I wasn't really hoping for this kind of scene. Well, at least it's finally over. Suddenly a voice said, 2,000 gold coins, as someone came inside and the light shone upon them. Corin Locke was shocked and confused, saying, what? Corin Locke said to himself as the Autumn Harvest Festival began. Merkaba City also started to respond in kind. Merkaba Academy's very existence gives safety to Merkaba City. Therefore, nobles naturally sponsor the Guardian Academy. As the people said, ha, you are truly beautiful, Chairman Aaron. Another said, do you happen to have time after this? Aaron Danua said to herself, managing and entertaining such sponsors is one of the director's main duties. And she said, thank you for coming. And she said to herself, I want to see my disciple. This year too, the Harvest Festival is happening. Corin Locke said to himself, she knows this Harvest Festival, which has been held even before she was born, has a very noble history. Originally a burnt offering to thank Dagda, the Danan of the earth. On this great feast day, various Danan received burnt offerings from humans in turn. First was Dagda, who brought the earth's bounty, then Nuada of the sun and Lu of light, who made those plants grow, the Danan who govern rivers and rain, and even the Danan of music to enliven the Harvest Festival. What decorates the festival's finale is the selected Lady of Autumn receiving blessings from the Danan of beauty. Aaron remembers the time when all that harmony made the world prosperous. Aaron Danua said to herself, those elders from the old days, they remain only as nostalgic and irretrievable memories now. Has it been 2,000 years? Danan of beauty, Olgerd Bress. An academy, was it? You've wrapped it in countless barriers. It's been so long since I've seen you, yet we meet through illusion magic. What a shame. Aaron said, why now? Why involve yourself in this world, even by becoming Tetez's subordinate? Olgerd Bress said, Balthazar will win. And then, including this place, the entire world you created will become ruins. No one discusses justice or beauty over ruins. Your and my time is ended. Since what this new era needs is light shining over the ruins. Merkabah City, luxury hotel. Corin Locke and Estelle Hadasha El Rath sat at the table silently, and she touched Corin Locke's shin with her perfect feet. Estelle Hadasha El Rath said, "Hey." As Corin Locke said to himself, "Right, according to plan, I secured one more golden ribbon." Estelle Hadasha El Rath said, "Junior." Corin Locke sweated and blushed, saying to himself, "But..." Estelle Hadasha El Rath looked at Corin Locke with her beautiful eyes, saying, "Want to play a naughty game with Big Sis?" As she touched Corin Locke's finger. Corin Locke said to himself, "This development is quite unexpected." Thanks for tuning in. I truly appreciate each and every one of you who took the time to watch this video. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more content like this. If you enjoyed what you saw, consider sharing my videos or channel with your friends who might also enjoy it. Your support means the world to me and helps my channel grow. Let's keep this community thriving together. Until next time, see you in the next video.